Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. James the Viking here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of Ratchet and Clank on the PlayStation 3. And we're just gonna get our butts kicked. Okay, I'm out of here. Goodbye. Am I a little too far? No, I'm not. There we go. That was really sad. I was just getting my butt handed to me. Get my booty kicked. My Bowser boot, hey. Oh, that video's not even up yet at this point. Wow. I just kind of realized that. I was like, hey, it's not even up. It's been a few weeks, but to be fair, I also have a lot of videos in reserve.
Ratchet, that's the man we saw in the infobot. Remember? He knows Captain Quark.
Hey, you're that robot guy, right?
No, actually, I build robots. I myself am not a robot guy, per se.
Nerd.
I like him.
So, now that we've cleared that up, what can I do for you?
Well, we saw your infobot announcement. You were with Captain Quark. We're trying to find Captain Quark. We thought you could help us.
Your logic is commendable. However, I haven't seen Captain Quark since we shot that commercial. Say, do you run on standard XP18 sister boards?
Version 7.66.
Back at ya. I may be able to help you out after all. How does a helipack upgrade sound?
Sounds pretty good to me.
Since he's a 766, I could have the little guy up and flying in no time. Of course, I'll give you my fee for service.
I am so sorry about that. That was my alarm for going to sleep.
Okay, this won't hurt a bit.
Hey, wait.
Well, actually, I mean, not my alarm to go to sleep, but for waking up.
Now.
Yeah, you the man, Clank.
You're welcome.
So now we can do high jump, we can glide, we can do the long jump if we move. Yeah.
Try using the helipack's boost jump feature to climb these boxes. Press the R1 button to crouch, then jump.
Alright, so yeah, this is just a little tutorial area just telling us how this works.
Stretch jump feature to cross this gap. While you're running,
I'm
crouch using
sure we
the
can just
R1
make it.
button, then jump.
Yeah. Pretty much if you can make it with the long jump, you can make it by doing the double jump and then the glide. The game's not horribly picky about that, which is definitely a good thing. Alright.
Try using the glide feature of your new helipack. Jump, and then press and hold the X button in midair to glide.
I don't know when I'm going to upload these and when I'm going to schedule them to get uploaded. However, I will think of something to where I won't have to do big mass recording sessions like this. Because, I mean, I know there's a little bit of like a stigma against mass recording sessions, but in some cases it is necessary because, like I said, I don't have internet. So, I mean, I do have to actually spend time at the library and just upload all these videos. Which, I mean, I don't mind doing, but it's if I can avoid uploading 40 videos at a time, like I have had to do, I would rather not. Because just one of those things, you know, I just don't want to spend an entire day there. Because it does take a while for the uploadings to actually, you know, work. Just because, you know, it's right next to a school, and the school takes up the internet, so it's like, god damn it. I don't even understand how that works. I think just a lot of the students, just take up the internet while they're there. Or, because the school's, like, right next door, so they're like, we'll just mooch off the internet. It's like, okay. Which is like, okay, these are a bunch of, like, oh, I don't want to go that way. It's like these are a bunch of, like, 7-year-olds using all their, like, smart devices and everything. It's like, why do you have a smart device? You're a 7-year-old. When I was a 7-year-old, I did not have a smart device. I barely had a cell phone. And even then, it's not even like, oh, you know, I would love to have a cell phone. I was like, yeah, man, I have this little flip phone, and I'm more than happy with it. Like, I don't mind at all. Because yeah, I mean, with things like that, it's a little ridiculous. I mean, I would say that I was kind of spoiled when I was a kid, but at the same time, I didn't have like all that like really fancy technology, and frankly, I didn't really want all that fancy technology. The only thing I really wanted were the different versions of like the Game Boy and the DL and the DS and whatnot. Which, I mean, I can't really complain because those were a lot of fun. Hell, my my Game Boy Advance SP, I played that thing so much that it actually stopped working just from me playing it. Don't remember what model it was or anything, but it just kind of stopped working right. And before it like completely gave out, I actually ended up giving it to Kyle. I was like, yeah, you know what? Here, you kind of need it more than I do. He's like, alright, cool. And then it stopped working. So it's like, okay. Lots of bolts, I see. Oh, damn it. Alright. Look at all those bolts. All those sweet, sweet bolts. But the newest one, they actually did a really good job optimizing that game, because you can have a lot of bolts on screen, and they won't really cause any slowdown, or any frame rate drops, actually. I've only experienced a couple of frame rate dips in that game, and they were just from both a lot of bolts being on screen and a lot of like explosions and stuff being on screen. In general, I'm not too big of a stickler when it comes to frame rate. Like 60 versus 30, it doesn't really matter to me. But hell, I mean, one of my favorite PS3 games actually runs at like 20 frames per second, maybe lower. I don't know, it runs at a terrible frame rate. But it's not really that big of a problem to me. My only issue with frame rate is when the frame rate, you know, dips. When it goes from like 30 down to 20 for like a few minutes, and it's like, no, that's not okay. Like, that's probably my biggest issue with Donkey Kong Country Returns on the 3DS. Or 3D rather, on the 3DS. The frame rate, you know, it being 30, that doesn't really affect me much. It's like, yeah, whatever. But on a lot of the Kong levels, all of the really challenging levels, the frame rate will just drop. And it's like, okay, so when I'm doing my little invincibility frame flicker... Actually, hold on.
Dispense with the pleasantries, Lieutenant. My sources tell me you're behind schedule. We must prepare this planet to be harvested for our new world.
Yes, sir. As you can see, everything is moving along as planned.
I'm counting on you, Lieutenant. And as your former commander can tell you, I don't take disappointment well.
Yes, sir. I won't fail.
Drek is destroying yet another planet.
Yeah, but if that's the kind of help he's getting, I don't think we have anything to worry about.
You should not underestimate Chairman Drek. He is quite dangerous. We must find Captain Quark.
Look, that lieutenant doesn't seem so tough. Let's take him out ourselves.
Perhaps we can persuade the lieutenant to tell us where Drek is.
Now you're talking.
Alright. Planet Eudora. But as I was saying, with Donkey Kong Country Returns on the 3DS, the frame rate will drop during the Kong levels, and when you're doing the, when you get hit and you do the invincibility frames, there's instances where you'll just turn invisible because of how the invincibility frame flicker versus the frames chop up. I don't know how to best describe that, but that's when I have issues with it, and it's like, no. But, you know, 60 versus 30, I have no issue with either. I mean, DMC Devil May Cry, probably another one of my favorite PS3 games. It runs close to 30 on the PS3, and I have no issue with that at all. In fact, I even got the platinum for that game. With other games, and it's like, it doesn't really affect me much. I don't understand the obsession. And it's like, you know, I have played plenty of games on the PC. Did I complete everything? Yep. With these games, I have played these games on the PC, and they do run 60 frames per second, and it's like, okay, it does run pretty smooth, but it's not a deal breaker if it doesn't. Alright. Well, that'll do it for this video, because, I don't know, we just finished that planet. If you enjoyed, please let me know down below, and as always, I will see you all next time.